And we are going to begin this hour by talking about the hot topic from college football that had a lot of traction on social media over the last 24 hours. Once Christian McCaffrey said he, like Leonard Fournette, they weren't going to be playing in the bowl games, man, people really got fired up on Twitter. And let's get the thoughts on Dan Wolken and see if he agrees with us or with them. Let's find out. So Dan joins us as he does every week here on the show. Good morning, Dan. Thank you again
Hey.
for taking the time out. So yeah, I'm sure you saw it too. The McCaffrey decision led to a firestorm on Twitter. So first of all, what are your thoughts on his decision as well as the one made by Leonard Fournette?
Well, I think these are highly individual circumstances and decisions. People have to consider the risk factors every time they play the game, but also with the injury history that they both had this year, I think it makes a lot of sense for them to look at the situation and say, hey, we're going to shut it down, go get ready, get healthy for the combine, for the draft, and an NFL career. Those guys are both potential first-round picks, have a lot of money at stake. But that same decision, the same logic, isn't going to apply to everybody. I think players want to play for the most part, and I think you saw other guys. Everyone was asked about it yesterday, who's a potential, first-round pick, and I didn't see anyone else talk about not playing in the bowl game. So, I don't think this is some big problem or epidemic or trend that, we need to do something about. I just think that this is somewhat of a new normal. People understand that there's risk injury, that they have a lot to lose in these kinds of games. If they do get injured, running back position, you take a lot of hits. So I just don't have a big problem with it, and I don't think anyone should freak out that this is some problem that's going to hurt the bowl system or college football. Other guys can play.
What does this say about the importance, or really lack thereof, of the non-playoff bowl games, though?
I mean, they've all sort of been not that important throughout history, unless there's a championship, someone's ranked 1, 2, or 3. But what's important, and these games, people watch them, they like them, they rate well on television, they make money, players enjoy playing in them, fans enjoy going to them. That's why there's more and more of them every year, it seems like. So, yeah, I mean, are there too many? Probably. Do they mean very much? No. But that doesn't mean they're not worthwhile, or that we should, not pay attention to them. This is an entertainment product at the end of the day. And I think as long as people are consuming that product and enjoy that product, then it matters.
Now, Dan, are you, as far as your support of players who decide not to play, is that across the board, even if, say, players from Alabama, Washington, Ohio State, or Clemson were to make those decisions?
Well, I mean, that's their individual decision. I can't sit there as somebody who's not, putting my body and my career on the line to do that and stand here in judgment of them. I think clearly playing for a championship is more meaningful to those players, and they're going to do what they have to do to get on the field. I don't think that hardly any, if any, would take that route of sitting out a playoff game, because it's very meaningful to them, the opportunity to win championships. So, unless somebody steps up and says they're not going to play because they're protecting their NFL career, I don't, and even if they did, I mean, that's their individual decision. I would certainly understand if their teammates and people were upset about that, but I'm not the one playing.
Sure, sure. No, but I understand that if you back out of a playoff game or a national championship game, that would be a red flag for NFL scouts and general managers, because you're wondering where's the desire to win a title or be on a winning team, for example. And I understand at the same time, that's got to be the motivation for McCaffrey and Fournette to not play in these games, because there are millions of dollars at stake, a first-round draft choice at stake there. And we've seen with Jalen Smith for Notre Dame and how, who knows what might happen with him. So anyway, I totally get where they're coming from, and I'm fully supportive of that. But I would have some questions if they were in the Final Four.